welcome to episode 1 of the Keto Vegan Podcast. I'm Rachel Ghinn, I'm your host. So what's coming up today in this episode? First of all, I'm going to talk about why on earth did I become so difficult to feed? Why keto and why plant-based? It didn't all happen at once. That would have been mind-blowing. So I also look at the benefits of going keto and the benefits of going plant-based for your health. And then I look at how on earth to survive on this way of eating. I don't like to call it a diet, it's a way of life. It doesn't feel like a diet, it feels amazing. Then I'll give you a few tips as well. Now, if you're watching this episode, just need to give you a word of warning. There will be photos of me and what I used to look like. Oh, how did it start? I was massive when I was in my 20s and 30s, just got bigger and bigger, overweight that is, and went up to, I guess I was morbidly obese. So I tried every diet, as so many of us have. I even tried the cabbage soup diet. That was not good. So in about 2007, my life situation changed quite drastically. And because my attitude changed, I started losing weight. It seemed to be really easy, but then I got to a sort of static level. I'd been up to about 15 stone, and I got down to about 11-ish, maybe a little bit more. But then I couldn't seem to shift any more weight, and that's when I found the keto diet. So just yet another thing to try. Anyway, I did this. I went to dietdoctor.com. They have such an amazing plan, so many excellent recipes. I'd definitely recommend it. And it got me started. You can subscribe to it. And so I did the keto and I found it really, really worked. Thankfully, I didn't get the sugar flu that you get when you withdraw from sugar. Can't have been eating that much sugar, just tubs and tubs of ice cream, luxury ice creams. I'd sit in front of the TV in an evening, wouldn't bother going out and seeing friends, especially in the winter. That was a nightmare. So I would binge TV and binge ice cream, crisps, dips, all that sort of junk food. And then wake up the next morning completely bloated, feeling really crap about myself. Anyway, that was the pattern that I was in at that time until I found the keto diet. Now, it's such a long time ago, I can't remember when that was. When I say such a long time ago, 10 years, maybe more than that. Yeah, about that, I guess. So I was keto for a long time and people couldn't get their head around that, not my family. My children, I guess, were sort of teenagers, older teenagers, very independent. I'd get them to write what they wanted on a shopping list. I'd get the shopping, they would do their own cooking because people like different things. I had a daughter that was a vegetarian at the time, so she'd do her food and everybody was eating at different times. I'd started working in my first full-time job. After bringing up the children, I'd done lots of training and everything. That's really boring for you. You don't really want to know that. Sorry about that. That is really boring. So let's focus on the keto and the vegan bit. Okay, back to the keto. So I was keto for a while and I really love the keto diet. It's indulgent, it's high fat, it's lots of protein. I mean, what can you not like about those kinds of foods? They're really rich, don't use single cream, that's not proper keto. Use double cream and really good cheeses and high fats and a little bit of vegetables. And it feels so indulgent. I don't like to call it a diet, it's a way of life. Anyway, one day back a few years ago now, before I went back to work, I'm a teacher, I like to save videos or films that I like on your watch list on Amazon Prime. And on this watch list was this image. The image of the film was this beautiful tree. And I thought, I wonder what that is. And the film is called Unity. And so I thought, well, I'll watch that. It's the night before, it's after Christmas. It was a Sunday night, back to school on the Monday. And I thought, okay, I'll watch that. That looks really good. I love trees, love trees. And I put it on and oh my God, within 6 minutes and before, I was sobbing. I was so distressed and distraught. Basically, it was this film of these cattle waiting to be slaughtered, and they were terrified. You could see the fear in their eyes. And what had been happening up to that time, in my mind, I'd been thinking about animals and rights, and I teach about animal rights because I teach religious studies, or I used to teach religious studies and PSHE, and sort of looked at those sorts of things. And in the keto diet, I tried a while before to be a vegetarian, but loads of the food was based on eggs. I don't actually like eggs very much. And so I went back to eating meat. And so I've been sort of like putting my head in the sand about that issue. And basically the timing was absolutely perfect for me. That film, that documentary, which is beautiful cinematography, that documentary changed my life in a moment. So I was watching it, think that's okay, I can still eat dairy, I can still eat all the cheese and the double cream. And then it it showed me about the milk industry, and I thought, I can't do that either. How am I going to do this? How on earth can I go vegan and stay keto? I've got to find a way. So that's how my keto vegan journey started. And honestly, when I say to people, I'm keto, and I'm vegan, or I'm a vegan, but I don't eat carbs, they look at me and like, how on earth do you do that? And like, oh, it's easy. Didn't used to be, but I found a way to make it easy. And that's why I'm doing this. I can't wait to share all the ideas that I've got with you, all the recipes that I just chuck in. Seriously, I follow a recipe for the first time. It's what my mother always said. Follow a recipe for the first time, then you can just adapt unless it's very specific, like baking a cake. I don't do baking cakes. So I found a way. Now, why is keto good? Why is plant-based good? If you click on some links below, there's the scientific research about some of that and some other websites that go into a lot of detail about keto being really good and what's healthy about it. Also, there's one website that tells you some of the issues that could come up. I think it's important to have a balanced idea. And also plant-based. I'm not going to get into the politics of that. I could go on and rant, but I'm not going to. Why is plant-based good for us? Okay, the science and the keto. Why is it good for you? This bit might be a little bit boring, so I am going to go through it really quickly. If you want better detail, click on the links below. There's one medicalnewstoday.com and the other one healthline.com where I've got information from. And of course, there's loads more information out there. So why is going keto good for you? This information comes from those websites that I've given you the links for below. So it supports weight loss. They say it supports weight loss, especially at first, really good. And basically, greater proportion of your fat loss comes from the abdomen. Now, I hold my weight around my abdomen rather than legs and thighs, and which means there's more fat around your heart. And you don't want that at all. So it reduces your appetite. Triglycerides tend to drop drastically. I'm sorry, I'm having to refer to a document that I've got because I don't remember all of this. It reduces blood sugar and insulin levels. Apparently, they say it improves acne. I don't really suffer from acne. I'm really lucky because I am 52, should be over that by now. They say as well, some research supports that it might reduce some cancers, but you need to look into that even more. Could improve heart health, might protect brain function. What else does it say? Improves polycystic ovary syndrome. So this is not proven. This is research that supports those ideas. But there are risks and complications, so it says. Staying on it long term, some research says that staying on it long term could have adverse effects, including kidney stones, excess protein in the blood, mineral and vitamin deficiencies. There's a solution for that. Build up of fat in the liver, and you might get keto flu when you start off. If you are going to start a keto diet, do the research about that. Basically, it's your body withdrawing from sugar, which is highly addictive, and you will get side effects from the sugar withdrawal, but that's all short-term, temporary. Okay, so that's the keto science, or the keto information. Why plant-based? So why is plant-based being good for our health? So there's a few websites that I've linked below as well, 3 of them: healthline.com, peter.org.uk, and this information is coming from everydayhealth.com. So a plant diet, they say a plant diet may lower your blood pressure. And of course, there's lots more information under each of these headings, but I'm not going to go into those. Plant-based diet might keep your heart healthy. Keto and plant together, good for your heart. It might help prevent type 2 diabetes. Oh my goodness, keto and plant do the same thing. Goodness me, isn't that fabulous? Eating a plant-based diet could help you lose weight. So can keto. Goodness me, what a fabulous combination. It might help you live longer, and what else? It might decrease your risk of some cancers. It might improve your cholesterol as well, and it might minimize your risk of stroke. Goodness me, these things for a plant-based diet are so good, and it might keep your brain strong. So these are the benefits of keto and plant-based. Don't be put off that it sounds really complicated. It is really flippin' good. Getting started on this diet can be really tricky, especially if you're new to all of this, the vegan and the keto. One thing that I have got that you can buy from me is a startup shopping list. Click on the link below that says shopping lists. And also there's some menu ideas as well for your first week. You can buy those from me as well. Really reasonable price. Just go to my website, have a look at all of that there. There'll be loads that you can have a look at and that you can buy from me.